Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of my Dorney Park recreation. In the last episode, we started building Wildwater Kingdom, Dorney's water park. We have a pretty rough sketch here of all of the paths and the rides that are in this area. Obviously lots of work to do with detailing, making things look nice. So that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Coming back here to the save file with some fresh eyes compared to last time. Definitely some layout issues I would like to address today. I think I want to start by building in the couple of buildings over here that we have sketched out. And that's going to give us some room to move a lot of these slide complexes back towards those buildings. Because we have a lot of room in this space that I don't think we need, and it would be nice to kind of compact things a little bit. Might give us some more breathing room for other stuff as well if we do that. Might be a little complicated to copy and paste these slides with the scenery manager. It's worked out okay so far, but we're just going to try things out and see what happens. But I would like to avoid having some large areas of just nothingness like right here in front of these changing rooms. We are going to be filling in some of that with like flower beds and things. But like I said before, in general, I do want to keep the layout of the park a bit more compact. I just think it looks better in RCT that way. Anyway, like I said, we're going to be starting with building these buildings over here and doing some path detailing, getting some of that stuff figured out. I think I'm going to start doing some of the concrete path proxying like I mentioned last time. I spent a little bit looking at my Cedar Point Shores build just to get that fresh in my mind of the techniques I used over there. I'm not going to copy Cedar Point Shores exactly because I think I can do better. I don't know if my standards have changed a little bit or something like that. But I do want to make sure this part of the park looks nice. Anyway, enough talking. Let's start making some stuff. All right, taking a little break here. We've finished up all the buildings over here along the edge of the water park. A couple new restaurants, and as I mentioned before, this changing room here is next to a little shop. Turns out this big building here is actually pretty new. They remodeled or built fresh, not 100% sure, this whole thing for the 2018 season from what I understand. So tough to find some good photos and videos of it. But that's fine, because we can just build a building that looks good in RCT and not have to worry too much about realism. Lots of places to eat over here now, which peeps are loving. Not much for them to do, though. Not yet, anyway. So I think next steps are going to be continuing to detail outward from where we are starting. Would like to get this wave pool put in and cleaned up a little bit. Probably move forward a little bit, or adding in some flower beds and or beach chairs to this area. And fences and things like that. Definitely will go a long way to helping this area look a little bit more built out. I ended up not moving my building footprints like I thought I was going to, which is going to actually make things easier for me. I'm just going to leave all the rides where they are, at least for now. Not planning on moving anything significantly, but that does give us some more room to detail things like the walls around the lazy river here. Make that look a little bit more reasonable. So yeah, this wave pool over here is another thing that we can probably detail here coming up next, because like I said, it's close to the front of the park. I like to get that stuff handled. But yeah, not much else to talk about. Let's just keep building. All right, time for another little break to recap what we've done so far. So working on mostly detailing some of the attractions closer to the midway that we've built out. So the wave pool over here has got some nice little decorations. I also did turn it into a little bumper boat ride like I did with the Cedar Point Shores version. I thought that was a cute little touch. And also worked on adding some walls to one of the lazy rivers over here, similar to what we did over with the river rapids. You can also see I've started to do a little bit of the path swapping technique I've been talking about, where we're using the concrete base blocks instead of the tarmac path, changing it out kind of gradually just to make sure that I don't mess anything up with my pathing. And I also want to reduce the amount of usable pathing in the park. So there used to be a lot more places that peeps could walk, for example, over here by the wave pool. Deleted all that path and replaced a lot of it with an invisible path or just nothing. So it's going to be harder for peeps to get lost, but it still look like there's path everywhere. I think it worked out pretty well for Cedar Point Shores. Hopefully it works out well here. It is pretty tedious to do this though, as we have to like manually lower all the ground to put in the base blocks and then manually hide or delete the path we don't want, making sure we don't mess up any of our existing path pieces, all that stuff. It's going fine, no problems yet. It's just tedious to do, takes a little bit of time. And I think I do want to do it for pretty much the entirety of the water park. Anywhere that peeps are going to be walking, this service road behind, I'm going to leave that as the tarmac path, and then the footpath areas up here, I think I want to make concrete. I think it'll be nice to make it easier to tell the difference between the water park and the service road and all that stuff. Anyway, that's about all I have to say for now. Let's just keep trucking away at doing some detailing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and call it here for today. I was hoping that we were gonna be able to finish the park in just like 2 or 3 episodes, but based on the progress we've made so far, it's gonna be another couple more than that. But then again, I guess if you pan back and look at like the total area that we have to fill in, it's a pretty big water park, all things considered. But anyway, we've made pretty good progress so far. Got this wave pool pretty much completed over here. And you can kind of see the strategy I was talking about earlier with doing the invisible path and replacing it with the concrete. So I've slowly been making progress on that, deleting the path just to get it down to 1 tile for ease of pathfinding, and then making it invisible and replacing it with these base blocks. It is going to make things look a little bit nicer once it's all done, but you can hopefully see that it's made an improvement overall, I think. I am pretty happy with the way things are going so far. At the end of the last episode, if you pan out and look at the whole water park, you think, wow, this thing looks like really awkward and incomplete. But now that we're starting to add some more details in here, things are starting to look a little nicer, which I'm very happy with. But obviously, still a long way to go. Even here at the front of the water park where I was hoping to finish today, but we definitely don't have enough time for that now. I kind of allow myself a certain amount of time for each episode build. And this is a little bit more tedious work than I originally thought it was going to be. It's coming together though. So still some paths to replace over here at the front, and then adding all the path and detailing here at the back of the water park is going to be a significant amount of work. So a couple more episodes of that to go. But that is going to do it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.